Another commitment for Georgia in this breaking news. Jonathan Jefferson, Matt DeBerry joins Dean Legge. Let's talk about this one. Matt, 6'4", 260 pounds, probably a defensive end. He picked Georgia over Bama and Auburn. Tell us about him.
Well, he's been a guy who's really blew up as a freshman. I believe Georgia was his first offer, if I remember correctly, about 2 years ago. So he's been on Georgia's radar for a while now. Really good freshman year when he started to blow up, but a lot of raw, God-given natural ability as he continues to grow and work on his technique and fundamentals and turn into an overall, defensive lineman, pass rusher, all that. He could turn into a really nice player for Georgia down the road, but a lot of potential. He's got the size. And, of course, he's just a really good athlete, and he kind of grew quicker than everyone else. That's a lot of the times how these freshmen start earning offers. But he's a solid player. I saw him play once, 2 falls ago. So it was his sophomore year against Hillgrove when I went to watch Miles Murphy. And he was totally fine for a sophomore. He didn't, he wasn't jaw dropping or anything like that. But he had a few tackles, a couple quarterback pressures, and he was easy to notice. He plays for a good Douglas County team, which usually has some talent coming through, but I don't think they've had a player like Jonathan Jefferson come through in a while. But as you said, he had an offer from Georgia early on, Michigan, Auburn, Michigan State, teams like that. So always been an SEC caliber guy, and he's a guy who, again, if he continues to improve and work on his overall game, I think he could be a pretty good player for Georgia down the road. Right now, I see him just outside of the top 10 in my state rankings for the 2021 class. But he's a solid, middle-of-the-road 4-star guy who, again, has a lot of potential down the road.
So you just signed Carter, Stackhouse, and Brinson. How does he compare to those guys that Georgia just signed?
Well, he's going to have to add a little bit more weight if he wants to play inside. I think there's a chance he could. I think he's trying to put on more and more weight. When I saw him, he was still really thin, especially in the arms. He was long and thin. But as he continues to, just hit the weight room and fill out physically and put more weight on, his chest and in his arms, I think in certain situations, in those nickel and dime packages, maybe he could move inside and, bring some more speed and athletic ability up in the middle there. But I don't see him on the same level as, a Trevon Walker or some of those, 2019 guys. But I think Nazir Stackhouse is definitely heavier and bigger. And I think Warren Brinson is around 300 pounds too. So I think Jonathan is around that 260 weight right now, maybe a little more. But I haven't seen him in a minute. But when I did see him, he was perfectly fine. And he looked like an SEC caliber guy then. So it'll be interesting to see how he plays this fall. But I do think this is a nice pickup for Georgia. Again, he's not a 5-star guy. He doesn't necessarily wow you. The film will at times. But when I saw him, he was good. He wasn't great. But again, he was just a sophomore and still lean and thin. So I do think, I don't want to say the sky is the limit because I don't think he's a 5-star guy down the road. But he's only going to, just get better and improve, in my opinion.
Dean Legge, Matt DeBerry, make sure you click above. We've got some more recruiting news for you up there, as you can see. We will see you over on the website. Make sure to click and subscribe after you're done watching.